Ooh, another episode of. Oh no, my camera! I hit record and everything.
Damn. Keep it going, bro.
No,
Keep
that's a good.
This is
right
that's the blooper reel right there.
Welcome
That's
to Talk
never
It.
Luckily, ain't no goddamn music.
You didn't even give us a countdown or anything. Like I didn't know what camera I was looking at. Like, I guess it doesn't even matter. I got the shades on, so as long as I'm just like,
That's fine,
Yeah, that's why it's not wearing.
exactly.
Sit back and relax.
Uh-huh.
This is Talk and Listening with your boys X and Off.
You ready?
I thought we were
This is all
already
like
rolling.
I know this is all.
No, this is. I mean, yeah, we're rolling.
Oh, this is
We
rolling.
are.
Okay, yeah,
we
let's
are
fucking
rolling.
go.
Oh shit!
So yeah, man. Hold on. I didn't even. Y'all are already ahead of me. Like,
My bad. We
it's-
didn't get
y'all
the
are
fucking-
cracking it open. This takes a while. This is a process, man.
It is.
Well, here we are. As always, I'm Nalf. We got X, and if you don't know by now, we are joined by Great Scott.
I can't unfurl both my arms.
Ah,
There you go. Yep. There we go. I just gotta hold the bottle real careful. You got a big ass bottle for me, man. Like this is.
I will admit, I walked into the liquor store and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for.
You were you had to like go back to my message to see like Malbec, like
Yes.
what Bordeaux.
I went up and down each aisle, and then I went to the front register. I was like, I'm lost. And
There's
they're like, "What do you
there's
tell?"
been many times like North called me like at work. He's like, I'm over here shopping for the guests and like I don't know what to get. He's like, just get the biggest one you get, bro. Just get the biggest thing you see.
There you go. That'll work.
You know,
That'll
right?
work.
I mean, I'd rather have too much than too little.
Exactly.
Because there was other options. Like, nah, I'm gonna give Great Scott the biggest one they have.
Nah, if not,
There
you
you
can
go.
take it home.
Yeah, it's all yours.
Yeah. Oh, seriously? Oh,
Yeah.
I would have brought one of my reusable corks. I would have popped this back in here, but it's all good. It's
See, I
all
don't know
good,
how
bro.
wine works.
Oh man, well you drink it and you know you get a nice little buzz off of it, and you know you try not to drink too much because then you're in trouble after
Thank
that.
you, Scott.
But
Thank you for that.
yeah, then you wake up in jail and it's bad times, man. You don't want that.
So what do they call this right here? When they do this and they be smelling it.
So that's hold on, let me show you.
Okay.
Real quick. So we got the glass here. It says arsenic on here, so like I hope you're not trying to poison me. Wouldn't be the first time. But
On camera.
Yep.
Some
Yep.
sauce shit.
Yep. I'm gonna pour a big glass
There you
just
go.
because you know we do it big here.
Yeah,
We
tall
do it
can.
big.
Oh, okay. It's not small can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a tall glass.
It is.
Tall glass of water.
It's been a hot day.
It has been, man. Dude, every day has been a hot day so far.
Fucking hate it.
Welcome to Texas.
So what you do, you swirl it around a little bit because that gets the the flavors and stuff. And I'm gonna do a little wine review right now. This is a
Okay.
Malbec. I never.
Let's see if I
drank
got
this
a
before.
good one or not.
This is Rio Claro, and it is from Chile. Ooh. Yeah, that makes sense because it's a Malbec. So 13% alcohol content. Okay. 15 liters. It's a big ass bottle. And Yep. So. You know, you gotta sniff it first, make sure, everything's good.
So then what are you smelling right now?
So right now, I'm smelling, it smells like, it's sweet for sure. Like, I can already tell it's gonna be sweet, and it's gonna be maybe a little spicy, sweet and spicy.
This wine's supposed to be spicy.
I think it has a little texture on it. They call it texture. Ooh.
That's a little ASMR for you guys. That's what
Liked it.
that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to swish it around. It's good. It's a little dry, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing with wine.
Depends
So
on the
is
situation.
that every sip?
Yeah. You want to swish it around a little bit. Let the flavors dance on your palate.
Oh!
That's what you
I
got.
like it. I love it.
Yeah, you gotta really just enjoy it. Like you're not just drinking this to get drunk. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know.
Depends on
No,
others.
Nov drinks like a fish.
Yeah. Well, hey
Figure that
man.
out.
Well, hey man, if you
Some
got
people
another
sw-
glass.
No, I'm staying away from the wine.
Damn.
He's been drinking I've been picking up these Simply Lemonade Spiked, 5%.
Okay.
They
Dangerously
go
good.
Yeah. I never seen him drink different beer, and he's been grabbing them lately, and I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
So he's making me more of an alcoholic.
They taste way better than like Trulies or White Claws, I'll tell you that shit.
Okay. I've had the White Claws. I think I had like one of the Topo Chico ones, and it was kind of disappointing. I was kind of like, man, because
Yeah.
I love Topo
No,
Chico.
yeah.
And then like I had one of those ones, and I was kind of like, meh.
Yeah, this is scary good. This is like, is this even,
Yeah.
Damn. But back on the wine.
Yeah, back on
So
the
what are
wine.
you
Okay.
thinking?
Well, hold on. I mean, it's not bad. I mean,
Is it tasting cheap?
I'll tell you what, man.
Don't ask me how much it was.
There's only two kinds of wines: wines I like and wines I don't like. And I like this wine. It's a good
Hey.
wine.
I did
It's
good.
a solid wine. Yeah.
I done did good.
There you go. Good job, Knopf.
So you're here on behalf of Infamous Wrestling.
I am. That's right. They actually contacted me and they were like, "Hey, can you do this podcast?" And I'm like, "Listen, Infamous Wrestling, I never do podcasts.
You don't
ever.
yeah.
I don't do them. We've talked about this. We've had conversations about it. It's nothing against you personally.
No, yeah, I know.
It's nothing against either of y'all. It's just the concept. I feel like, you know.
We suck, yeah.
No. I didn't say that. I'll be completely honest. I haven't seen one episode
I
of
love
Talk
the
and
honesty.
Listen.
No, I love the honesty.
Yeah.
Bro, keep it real, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even watch
I
some
always
of them.
keep it
He
real.
doesn't watch us.
Well, of course you're here. Like,
Well,
why the
I
fuck?
have
That
to
would be
watch it
really
because
weird
of
if you
Knopf
went
has-
back.
Right?
That would be weird.
I fucking...
You'd be like a narcissist,
I
bro.
explained
Like,
this to Knopf. I was like, I feel very narcissist. He's like, I've watched this like 4 times already and listened to it like 5. I mean,
Because I want to make sure
yeah.
because I edited it and I want to make sure it came out decent.
well, you're on a whole different, you know,
Yeah.
you got a whole different ball game with that. But I mean, like, it's the same thing with me going back and watching matches
That's what
I've
I'm
been
about to
in.
ask
Do you?
Yeah, well, sometimes I force myself to, like, but sometimes it's like that where it's just like, man,
Is it more homework than like you watching for pleasure?
it's homework if I'm watching other people. Like if I'm watching somebody else and I'm like, okay, I specifically want to see somebody that can like wrestle this style or whatever, because maybe I got an opponent like that. Like I was wrestling ASF. I had like a best of 3 series with him for Inspire, and I was just watching a bunch of like, you know, Rey Mysterio versus like William Regal and like versus Fit Finley, you know, like singles matches like that. Because I was like, all right, that's kind of like our 2 styles and how they would match up. So I kind of just watched those matches and was like, okay, this is kind of like giving me a base level idea of like how those guys, you know, did it, and then just took it and made it my own.
So then when you watch yourself, what are you watching?
When I'm watching myself, I'm just trying not to get depressed. You know, I see like every little thing that I could be doing better.
Critique yourself.
Yeah, like it's hard. It's honestly hard for me to watch wrestling, period, these days now, because I'm like, you don't watch it with the lens of a fan anymore. When you've been like, I've been doing this shit for like over a decade now.
Damn.
And you know, like it's tough, man. Like I really got to be like in the right mood. And lately, I have been watching more wrestling, but it's very difficult for me to watch my own matches. So.
I mean, I do have to watch episodes because Knopf does all the work and editing, so I want to see how it comes out.
To watch it.
But it's like when we watch ourselves, I'm like, why am I looking at the camera so much? Why am I doing this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't watch it like, and my girl, and like, I think I have more fun like during it, and then I go back, I'm like, oh, that didn't go off as good. I thought
that joke I made, like it didn't really land the way that I thought it did.
No
like,
one acknowledged it.
I was the only one laughing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it is.
But I mean, that's good though from an entertainment standpoint, because you have to like force yourself to do that and go back and be like, man, that was whack. I'm never doing that.
Yeah,
again.
don't do that. Like that was not good. Yeah.
Yeah, like file that away. Like, sorry, man. Like,
and like Knopf will speak like stuff he won't use like uncut. Like, yeah, this was shit, but this was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna be in the show, but yeah.
Bradley Mann had a question you basically touched on already.
Okay.
Which was, how did you feel about your series with ASF?
I felt really great about it, man. ASF is really good, and you know, like the one thing that I think people kind of like pigeonhole him because they're like, oh, it's ASF, and he's like, you know, this flippy lucha guy or whatever. But dude can wrestle, first off. And the one thing, like, the way I look at wrestling is it's not about what you can do, it's about what you can endure. So you can do all these flips and flops. Personally, me watching it, that does nothing for me. Yeah. It's like, what can you go through? And believe me, I beat the shit out of that boy. Like, I thought I killed him.
Sweet Hispanic boy.
Multiple times. I thought he was going to be like just a stain on the mat at certain points, but he kicked out on most of them, except for the very end there at the end. But
you got him.
yeah, well, I mean, even on that one, I thought I dropped him on his head, man. I was like, oh shit, that's going to look real good on camera.
That was really
we'll play that one at the funeral. But, I mean, I would have given him a good eulogy if he would have died in the ring. I would have been like the Misawas that came before him, you know. But I don't know that he's really on that level to compare him to a Misawa. But, I mean, you know, Misawa did some lucha. He was Tiger Mask too, shit. So, I don't know. That was kind of a roundabout way of getting to it. But I really did enjoy those matches. I didn't enjoy the fact that it was going to be a series of 3 because I thought it was going to be just one and done.
Yeah.
And that I was going to win the title because I won the first one. And then Inspire Pro Management comes back and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Well, we want to, you like grab the ropes or something. So we're going to make it 2 out of 3. And
Technicalities.
I was like, bro, y'all didn't say anything about that. But, it's all good. I still won anyways. And now I'm the champion.
Champ.
The undefinable champion. I gotta think about it though because like I was trying to cut a promo like right after and I called it the undefined champion and I was like, wait a minute, nah, that's not it.
You should have heard this guy
on the patio. He was like, "Does he have a championship?" I was like, "Yeah, he's the Inspire Pro undeniable."
He was butchering. He's like, "How you say it?" I was like, "Undefinable."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, okay."
Good thing we didn't. Well, now it's out there. I couldn't say the word.
Well, it was funny to me that they're like giving me this, or like I won this undefinable championship. I shouldn't say they didn't give me shit. They didn't give me a goddamn thing. But they're like I have it now, but I'm like the whitest. Like straight male, like, and it's like undefinable. I don't know. I just figured, that would be like, I don't know, like a non-binary division or something. I don't know. Like, I'm very like gender male. Dude,
you're a man.
I'm not getting myself in trouble.
No, you're a man.
No, it's all good. Great Scott loves the trans, loves the non-binary people. It's all love, baby.
It's all love, baby.
Yeah. So, but I just thought it was kind of like odd that because like I don't really feel. I feel like I'm very definable.
Yeah.
I'm great, baby.
Yeah.
I'm Great Scott.
Great
so, that's the definition. The definition of greatness. You look it up in the dictionary. It's my
picture.
face.
It's a goddamn picture of Great
Drinking
Scott.
some wine.
I love the chain.
I know, bro. Is that real?
It's on me right now. You want to touch it?
me?
It's like
because we have a detector right now.
Get the magnet.
Magnet.
I think right. Yeah, it don't attract if it's real.
I don't know enough about metal, so I don't know. We'll have to.
Have you seen those videos where like they have like the diamond testers? And then they go into rappers and like performers and they try to like test them.
I haven't seen that, but I mean
it's
that
funny.
would make a lot of sense.
Like, people
like why you gotta be hating on these rappers, bro? Like, come on, man. It's hard to be a rapper these days, man. You could be a badass rapper and still like nobody's ever even heard of you.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, I didn't know you rapped.
I used to.
Oh man,
you never heard it enough?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't know that at all.
I didn't get to that live Ola level. I tried. What is Infamous Wrestling? How did that start? Since you're here to, promote them.
So Infamous, I mean, damn, I wish you could get the management of Infamous on here because that's really more of a question for them. I just show up and wrestle.
They were like, yeah, put Scott on the poster, and
he'll tell you everything about our company. He'll tell you the ins and outs. So Infamous really. So the name, I'll tell you that really quick. There was a wrestler here back, a while back. His name was Sean Vex. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him. Might have been before y'all's time. He was more like an Austin guy.
Okay.
Former ACW champion. Great dude. Great wrestler. Passed away a little bit ago. And, in a lot of ways, Infamous is sort of like a love letter to him in the sense of, like carrying on the name, carrying on his memory, and, just trying to preserve wrestling in this area, in this Central Texas area, because like lately it's taken a hit, man. Like, we had heavy metal going strong for a while, and we can touch on that later if you want. But I mean, that was what it was, and now, man, bro, it's just whack in this fucking area, dude. Like, I'll see like 10 different shows popping up. I just had one follow me on Instagram, and I'm like, bro,
where did you come from?
Bro, why won't you go back to where you came from? Nobody wants that shit.
Yeah. I've seen a couple, like, there's always new ones, and then they do their one show, and then
you never hear from them again. And that's probably for the best in a lot of cases.
I enjoy the ones where like, oh, we're here to change the San Antonio wrestling scene, and then they disappear after that one show. Well,
the problem with the San Antonio scene is it's going back to where it was before heavy metal.
That's why I loved it. Go ahead,
Well, we'll circle back to Infamous. We'll circle back to Infamous, but I'll riff on that for a little bit. So like when I came in and when I started wrestling, people viewed Texas as like just a backwater, man. Like nobody came here. Nobody wanted to come to Texas. If you were like a Midwest wrestler or if you were like an East Coast wrestler, you'd be working the Midwest. You'd be wrestling on the East Coast, like that would be your beat. maybe you might come down here if the money was right or whatever. But I mean, people weren't like, damn, I got to get down to Texas and mix it up with these guys, you know? And it wasn't even necessarily that we had bad wrestlers. Like, we had Scott Summers and, you know, guys like that from that generation who could wrestle at a very high level and could go. But, you know, we also had a bunch of guys who couldn't wrestle at that level. And, you know, then heavy metal came around and, you know, started, you know, switching things up and really tried to go after getting on that level of, like, you know, a higher end indie, like an AAW or something like that. And, you know, we were bringing in guys from the Midwest. Yeah. We were bringing in guys from the East Coast. And we were getting, you know, the deal with IWTV and stuff like that. So people outside of Texas were actually seeing these people and being like, oh, shit, you know, this is actually pretty good. These guys can go, you know. And then, you know, obviously heavy metal, you know, went the way of the dinosaurs. And now we're here and we're trying to sort of rebuild. And I think Infamous is sort of like the spiritual successor to that. In a sense. I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily what they're trying to be because they're sort of trying to do their own thing. Yeah. But it's the only company that I'm seeing that has that same kind of like mindset of like, you know, we're not just doing this to do it. We're doing it for the scene. We're doing it for the culture of wrestling here in, you know, South Texas, Central Texas, Texas as a whole, you know, because I mean, like, people will talk about Texas wrestling, and that's the new thing, you know. It's like, oh, Texas wrestling this, Texas wrestling that. Or, I mean, I should say it was the new thing maybe like a year or so ago, and now everybody's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, Texas wrestling, okay, cool, you know, whatever. And it's like, we need to wake people back up, man, because we got some killers down here,
Heavy
bro.
Metal was to me, it's X knows. It's like it holds a special place in my fucking.
I mean,
heart.
it was awesome. I
mean, you were like every show.
Yeah. It's like
pretty sure I dove on you at least like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. Like as an indie fan,
in the face.
As an indie fan, I didn't realize there was indie wrestling until like 2012, and I was like, oh, there's a BOW show down the street. I went to like 1 or 2. Then RCW, I'd go like 2 or 3 a year, and then Heavy Metal caught my attention. You know, free shows are always gonna catch your attention. So then I showed up there, and I was like, oh shit, this is fucking great. And then you start learning these characters, the Great Scott, the Joe DeMeros, you know, stuff like that. And then every week I'm there, and then Teresa loves it, and then it just made me love independent wrestling.
Yeah, because it's an experience, man. I mean, it's one thing to watch it on like a streaming service, but it's another thing to actually be there and feel the energy in a room or in a building change when, you know, a match is really going on and you're like, oh shit, this
I
is
think
like...
my first show was Power Blood.
Oh, that would have been a good first show.
Very first show.
That was your first show.
I was like, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. People are bleeding.
First show was like a deathmatch show. Yeah, hell yeah.
Awesome, Dunbar
That's
said
a good introduction.
We raised the bar too.
Yeah, my first
that
show,
being his
bro.
first show.
Yeah, that would be a tough one. That'd be a tough one to follow back up. You do that and then you come to one of the mall shows and shit.
I did. That's exactly what he did, bro.
I mean, the mall shows were good. The mall shows were good.
There's no Power Blood though. You know what I'm saying? But no, they're good.
Well, we had a bigger budget for Power Blood. Power Blood is like, you know, you've got like the mall shows is like the TV show, and then like Power Blood was like the movie. You know, So
I was at the movie.
Right,
Now and I was like, it can't get better than this.
You were at the IMAX front row, like, oh shit.
I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was like, they're fucking on fire, they're bleeding. This is awesome.
Then he went to the mall. He's like, "Where's the fire?"
Yeah, well, you see the way the sprinklers will come on if we do that, and it's a liability thing.
The goddamn fan with like a prop at one point.
I remember that. They got mad at us for that. So.
There's a lot of lights being broken, the fluorescent lights.
Yeah, they didn't care so much about that, but maybe they should have, man. There's a lot of mercury in those things, so. But, you know, it's all good, man. Just a little mercury poisoning.
I mean, we have a little prop right there they brought us.
Oh, that's from a Mercer match right there.
Oh, nice.
I got your face is way up there on the heavy metal poster.
Oh, yeah, my 8-bit?
Yep.
I was looking at the Workaholics at first. I was like, that's not me, man. That's Anders, bro.
Oh, so you're a fan of Workaholics?
Of course, man.
Fuck yeah.
Great
we
series.
ask everyone, and they're like, nah, I
like
watched that one
nobody
show.
Really.
It's like, no fucking taste.
No.
You have taste. Bradley wanted to know also, what did you think of NHB last year where you and Mercer had a classic?
Okay, so that was an interesting one, man. Mercer got a bunch of barbed wire stuck in his head.
Couldn't get it out.
Couldn't get it out, man. Could not get that barbed wire out. And it's funny, that's not even the first time that's happened to me in a match. That happened, the very first death match I had was at the Deathmatch Massacre against Ruben Steele. Literally the exact same thing happened, down to like, it was a barbed wire board. I don't remember how I put him through it. But like,
and they were trying to get like scissors and everything to get it out, right?
Yeah. Well, and they eventually did. So the thing with the match with Mercer was they didn't have the scissors. So, or I think they did have the scissors. And Donnie Davis, referee, awesome referee, by the way. If y'all are ever in the need for a referee in the game, any promoters watching this, I know I was shitting on all the promotions in this area, but if you're a promoter watching this and you would like to book Great Scott for your event,
they heard of Texas wrestling, cool.
Yeah, man. I'm all for the culture, bro. Like, you know it. Hey, man, I was one of the trailblazers, bro. You know.
I want to see you at some of those promotions, but I won't name them.
Ooh. You can name them. You can name you name them, and I'll tell you if I would wrestle for them.
I want to see you at RCW.
I would consider wrestling it. I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't be like, nah, man, I'm never going to wrestle for them. Fuck them. Like, I know Brandon. Brandon's cool. Brandon Oliver. Matter of fact, man, when I was just breaking in, RCW was like the company that I was kind of like the young boy at, helping with the ring, doing whatever needed to be done, whatever little runner jobs they have for me and stuff like that.
And now you don't shine shoes no more.
Well, I don't. My fee has gone up tremendously, so obviously, as long as that's reflected. But
they're going to tell you he don't shine shoes no more.
Yeah. Well, I didn't shine shoes then, but I did my thing. I ain't gonna be setting up any rings anymore. I'll tell you that much.
But you pretty much paid your dues, though.
I paid my dues in this area. I mean, I shouldn't say I'll never set up a ring again, because I guarantee you never stop paying your dues. So I guarantee at some point I will set up a ring. But that being said,
I was gonna keep naming them.
Yeah, well, you can keep going. Keep going.
TWA
was the we were talking about this before the show. TWA was the first company that I quit wrestling for.
Oh, so it was that one, all right.
Yeah, it was TWA. They were the first ever company. I think I was like less than a year into the business. So here's the story. A little story time with Great Scott. Let me just cross my legs here for this one. So I was working for TWA. And at that point, I was just getting started, fresh in the game, just trying to get work anywhere, man.
Yeah.
And I wound up like getting on with them. Rudy Russo, Mr. Beautiful at the time. Rudy Russo, he's doing some whole other shit now. He's doing like tarot card readings
and
like
all that. And he's Galactic
bro. He's on some whole other shit. And I love Rudy. Like, shout out Rudy boy. Yeah. I love you. Or not Rudy boy. Fuck, I'm getting my Rudies mixed up.
Don't get the Rudy.
See, now I got the dog barking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, shout out Rudy boy too. Like, we've had our issues and shit, and you're kind of a piece of shit, but he doesn't know. Yeah, I mean, he's maybe trying to do better. I don't know. I don't fuck with him, but I hope he's doing well and staying away from me. But
staying away from me.
Yeah. But TWA, so like Rudy Russo, he hits me up. He's like, "Hey man, I'm wrestling this like watermelon festival in Stockdale, Texas. You want to come out and wrestle on this thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, absolutely." And they put me in there with Moonshine Mantell, weirdly enough, because like Moonshine was just getting started around the same time. And we had good chemistry, and so the promoter comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, like you're really good. I want to start using you." I'm like, "All right, yeah, man, like bring me in." Because, I knew they ran regularly, so I was like, yeah, please, like, I need those reps. So, started bringing me in, put me in a little group called The Revolution, which he pitched it to me. He was like, "I want to put you in this group, The Revolution." I was like, man, that's kind of a whack name there. Whack name for a group.
It's like Evolution.
Yeah, like, I don't have any input on this, and it's like, nah, it's The Revolution. I was like, all right. But I didn't complain about it at the time because I didn't have room to complain.
Okay, yeah.
But I was like, okay, how can I make this not whack as hell? So I was like, I was a big Chappelle Show fan back then. And, they had the skit with, like, where he meets Prince or whatever, where Charlie Murphy meets Prince and, stuff like that. And I was like, yo, let's do it The Revolution like that. And so I came out, and it was funny, man. Like all the other guys had like some lame ass, like butt rock music as their entrance, but I would come out.
Or what?
I don't remember what it was, man. Just generic, it's forgettable. I think there was a tag team in that group that came out to I Stand Alone. I'm pretty sure, and it's like. Just think about it. Just think about it for a second. A tag team coming out to I Stand Alone. Anyhow,
doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. If you take 2 seconds to think about it, hopefully your audience is smart enough to understand that. Of course.
Yeah. Anyways.
I mean,
don't use. They are. Don't listen to him.
Our dozens of viewers. Our dozens of.
Yeah. So hey, man, I checked out y'all's following on Instagram. Y'all got like 400. Yeah. So I don't know how many of them listen to every
almost
episode.
Almost half a K, baby.
That's right. That's right. Then you're gonna be getting into Great Scott territory, baby. But I'm getting off the track. I'm gonna get back on the track.
Where you at? Where you at right now?
I'm still on the TWA story.
Okay.
So I started working for him, and I'm coming out to When Doves Cry because I want to make it like a little more like Prince theme. I love Prince. There we go, baby. So just imagine like it's a shitty Texas Wolverine Academy. No air conditioning. It kind of smells a little weird, but then that music hits. And then the fog machine starts going, the shitty fog machine that broke every other match. And then I start walking out the curtain.
They don't smell so bad now.
Yeah, you start forgetting about the smell. Hey. You probably got some Takis or something out of the snack truck in the front, and you're seeing a young, prime, Great Scott. Not prime. It wasn't prime back then. But, I mean, I was maybe in better shape. My abs were popping a little bit more. And I was coming out. And I was doing my thing. I was doing a little head bob, little head wobble,
Whole reenactment, right?
That's right. I was crawling to the ring sometimes. Ooh. Sometimes I would do that. And it was good, man. People dug it. Like, it was so funny, man. People would bring signs to the show for me on, like, poster board and shit. And I was like...
feel great.
For me, like, a couple months into the biz, I was like, okay, I'm doing something right. Like, because, I mean, these people aren't just going to CVS and making these signs for anybody,
If you're in the audience, like we just vibe right now, bro. Like, if you're in the audience, like...
Yeah.
I mean,
how can you not...
Oh,
bro, it's Prince. It's one of the best musicians of our lifetime, bro. Like, nobody is going to come along and do it like he did. I'm sorry. It's just... We were lucky to be able to share the same, existence that he was alive. When he passed, this is a little aside, I heard it on the radio. I was listening to the radio. I was driving around. I forget what year it was, but they were like, yo, Prince just died. And I had to pull over because I was like, yo, fuck, Prince just died. Shit.
This is one of those that hit you?
Yeah, like normally celebrity deaths don't really hit me, but like Prince was a rough one, man. I was like, yo, fucking Prince is dead. I just brought the whole vibe. We were vibing, and then I just brought it right down. No. But I'm gonna bring it back up though. I
think I saw my mom like cry to like the Michael Jackson.
No, my mom was in tears from Michael Jackson.
She was like replaying his videos all day. I was like, shit.
I mean, I wasn't as big into Michael Jackson, so I mean, it was like, when he died, it registered. I was like, oh shit, Michael Jackson died, but it wasn't like, yo, Prince died.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think the latest big major one. I was like working for Dish Network, and I hooked up this lady's cable, and I'm all testing out the channels. And she's like, put it on the news real quick, and it shows like Kobe's helicopter, and I was like, oh shit.
Kobe was a rough one, yeah.
For everyone,
like everyone was freaking, everyone was calling me, like it was.
I'm gonna get back onto the TWA thing, but real quick, I saw this thing. It was this guy who was talking about his buddy who like took a sabbatical. And it was like right before like Kobe died, and then like the COVID lockdowns, because it was like back to back with those. Yeah. And he was like, man, I don't even know how to tell him about Kobe, much less like all the COVID shit. Yeah. But anyway, so back to TWA. This was probably like 2012. This would have been like probably like 2011, 2012. So I was just starting to get opportunities going down to Mexico. And I had just gotten my first booking in Mexico, Matamoros, Tamaulipas, for Arena Universal. Basically a junkyard in Mexico. Next to a flower shop, but badass wrestlers over there, and I was really hyped for it. And, the group I was in, the Revolution, we were doing this thing with this I don't know if they were local. I think they were like, Kerrville or something, one of the outlier cities around San Antonio, but it was
Hondo
it was a roller derby team. And so it was all these, like badass roller derby chicks, but they hated us. And so we would always be talking shit to them or whatever. And I was the worst. I was like making it personal with these people, and just like taking it to maybe even a little further than I should have. It's so far, bro. No, like legit. Between the head trauma and everything else, like, bro, it's hard for me to remember 3 weeks ago, much less like almost over a decade ago.
Remember agreeing to do this?
I remember that. How could I forget that? I wasn't forced to. I could have said no. I could have.
How was the crowd in Mexico? I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Let me finish the
bad,
TWA story, bro, please, and then I will get to that. So, we were doing our thing, and I had just gotten this booking in Matamoros, and I'm like, all right, I got TWA on Friday, and then I'm hopping on a bus. I'm going to Matamoros for the Saturday and the Sunday show. And, I'd already let the promoter for TWA know. I was like, hey, man, I'm there. I'm going to be doing that. But, I'll still be free that Friday. He was like, all right, cool. And, I show up that Friday. This was supposed to be the big blow-off for us and this, roller derby team. Yeah. And he was like, oh, man, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't have anything for you tonight. You weren't booked. You can come out with, like, one of these guys in your group and, like, be in his corner or whatever. And I was like, okay, but are you going to pay me for that? And he was like, well, no. And so I just left. And then it was funny, like the next show that they ran, they put me on the flyer and I just didn't show up. And they put me on a flyer for the next month's show and they were like, hey, are you going to be at this one? And I was like, I just didn't even answer them. I don't even think. And that was the end of that. So I didn't even quit. I ghosted them. Yeah. I ghosted them.
You no called, no showed.
Well, I mean, hey man, like, how you gonna do that to a guy who's about to go to Mexico the next day? Like, you really don't got anything for me, but you got something for like Joe Blow over here. Like, come on, bro.
Name someone for real. I was like, who?
Nah. I'll name somebody because they're not even in the business anymore. Kevin Knight. They had something for Kevin Knight. Do y'all know who Kevin Knight is?
Not at all.
I mean, shout out Kevin Knight. Nothing but respect for you, bro. It's all love, bro. It's all good. I mean, I didn't have any problems with him. I don't have a problem with Kevin Knight as a person. I'm just saying I think I'm maybe a little bit more prestigious of a wrestler. Maybe I deserve a spot on the show. That's all
Kevin,
I'm saying.
you hear this shit?
That's all I'm saying. Kevin's not hearing this shit, bro.
No one's hearing this shit.
That's why I feel so comfortable, man. I can.
He's like, they don't got viewers.
Everybody gets loose here because they're like, nobody's gonna watch this shit.
Yeah, it's true. I could be saying all kinds of messed up stuff.
Our most
here.
views is like 615.
That's not bad. That's
only because it was Maddie and Khan.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Maddie and Khan. Yeah. Shout out Maddie and Khan.
After that, the next one's like 200.
Yeah, bro. Hopefully, hopefully I do better than 200, man. Hopefully.
Hope, man. Hopefully.
Well, if not, it's all good, man. Yeah. Like, clearly your fans don't have taste, like you were saying. So, if that's the case.
Like, you called them dumb earlier. Now they got no taste.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that was the first company I quit. Crowds in Mexico are crazy. Coming back to that, I'll circle back to that.
Thank you for that.
Bro, I'm keeping this all on track. It's all on track.
He's good.
Company, the crowd in Mexico was great. So that was cool because we were doing a thing where. So originally it was supposed to be Lowrider and Sammy Guevara going down there.
Oh, shit.
But Sammy was booked the same Friday for RCW because they were running in the same day.
Yeah.
And so Sammy was wrestling Masada, and Masada kind of fucked him up a little bit. Gave him the skewers, the works. Yeah. Sammy was in no shape to be like traveling to Mexico.
Well, if you have a match with Masada, you're gonna give.
I've had a couple matches with Masada, man.
Actively bleeding and going to Mexico.
Nah, dude. I'll tell you another story about that coming back across the border. But
no. Leaving. No. You can't be coming in bleeding.
You can. You just got to be like diplomatic about it and just be like, yo, you know, I know I'm bleeding, but
Like, oh, no,
you know,
but I'm bleeding.
that's why I'm coming to Mexico for the healthcare, bro. Like, yeah, dude. Like, give me to a doctor, dude. Why are you detaining me? Like, shit.
I'm dying.
Yeah,
Y'all the best medicine here.
that's how you get through the border really quick. Just, you know, start bleeding and yeah, man. Boom, they'll wave you right through, man. Yeah, doctor's over there, bro. Shit. So yeah, the crowds were cool. They don't really get too many white guys down there, so I mean the ladies loved me, so that was cool. Yeah, man. I wish that was the case up here on this side of the border. Shit.
Nah,
They love you over here.
I mean, they love me up here. They love me up here.
But
They love to hate me up here.
Man, they need some javelinas up here, bro.
Bro. I don't even know what that is. Is that like a? I thought that was like a. Yeah, I thought that was like a pig. Shit, man. Why you gotta disrespect women like that, man? Like it's all love.
No.
Shout out women. Shout out women.
Up here. I said down there in Mexico, they're way
It's not the
better.
first time
They're
he's done this on the podcast.
God damn it.
Man,
He
see,
disrespected
you're gonna get
Carolina
us
T
all
one
into
time.
trouble. You're gonna get us all into trouble. I love women. I've known many women over the course of my life. And
Married to one.
yeah, see, there you go. You're bringing it back. You're bringing it back.
There you go.
Bringing it back.
Love you, babe.
Yep, there you go.
Fuck
There you
it,
go.
fuck everyone. That's why. I
Hey man,
talk to
women hold up half the world, so you know, hold up half the sky. That was Chairman Mao that said that. So not that I'm a communist or anything, but I mean like, hey, even he got it right on that one. So, but yeah, man, no, those crowds were crazy, and the whole thing was we came down the first time. I took Sammy's spot. And, you know, women loved me, the men hated me, so that was good.
Yeah,
and they were like, all right, we're going to bring you back. So they brought me back, and I wrestled again, and that was, we'll circle back to this one, because I was coming back over the border with one of our guys was kind of fucked up. But the third time I go down there, it was like Mexican Independence Day or whatever. And it was the whole deal was like it's USA versus Mexico, you know, and it was supposed to be hair versus. It was supposed to be me and Lowrider, our hair versus not career. It wasn't that serious. Versus this guy Calma Jr., his mask, and his brother Chamaco Becerra, his hair. So it was luchas de apuestas. So it was a wager match, and it was like if we lose, we're getting our heads shaved. If y'all lose, we're taking your mask and your hair. So probably like the last 2 or 3 days before the show, my bag is packed up. I've got all my wrist tape bought. I was way more on my shit back then than now. Now I'll just show up to shows and be like, yo, anybody got some wrist tape? But you know, I was on my shit.
I got the pre-rep.
Yeah. Hey, man, that'll do. You got some of these guys got electric tape. I'm like, fuck it, I'll take it.
Jesus.
For their shoulders and shit, right?
Yeah, bro. I don't even know what the fuck.
You believe in that? You ever tried it?
The KT tape or whatever.
Yeah.
I've used it a couple times, but I mean, I don't know. My body's so fucked up, dude.
I think I've seen it on you before.
You got a little sensation, like I guess.
Yeah, it's like as long as I can move my fingers, I'm good, bro.
Well, they're not numb.
So, like 3 days before this show, big show, Mexican Independence Day, bro, and I'm supposed to represent America, my home country, bro.
USA.
I was a little bit more patriotic back then. So I had Obama gear back then. I had Obama on my kick pads because he was president at the time,
Hey,
and
man,
I was like,
he
"Yo,"
bomb.
that was what I was telling the Mexican fans was like, "Yo, Obama's sending me down here to clean up house, bro. Show y'all who's really the best wrestlers in this fucking country." So, like 3 days before this show, Lowrider hits me up. Hey, bro. I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, yo, I can't do the show. I'm booked in Colorado. And I was like, what the fuck? We've known about this for like months.
Yeah.
You're the one that set it up. Like, how the fuck are you booked for some other shit when, like, we've been doing it? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He just didn't want to get his, potentially head shaved. Yeah. So I was like, oh, man, fuck you. So who do I go to? Who's my ace in the hole that I can trust? I'll let y'all guess. Who do y'all think I went down there with?
Oh.
Somebody you know.
We know that we had on the show.
Well, somebody that you know. I don't know if you've
Okay.
ever met him,
Aaron
but
Mercer.
no, hell no, he wasn't wrestling back then.
Oh, that's
He
true.
doesn't even
Yeah,
do
we
lucha.
know.
He doesn't do lucha.
Rudy Russo.
No, because I've talked to Mercer because I was like trying to pitch him going down to Mexico. He doesn't want to go down to Mexico. He doesn't want to do lucha. I don't know why. You'd have to ask him. He says he loves Latinas.
Yeah.
I don't.
He loves
It's like his
Shakira.
whole fucking thing,
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, I'm like, bro, you would murder down there if you actually.
This guy, did he wrestle in heavy metal?
Yes, he did. Not when you were there watching.
Okay,
By that
okay.
point, he was no longer
Okay,
an in-ring
with this,
competitor.
I-
That's your one.
Ruben Steele.
Ruben
I
was.
saw Ruben. He was at.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
He had fucked up like his arm.
No, but I'm trying to think who you
All
were
right,
with.
it was Dapper Dylan Dunbar.
God damn it!
No way.
Yep. In less than like 10 matches into the game,
Love you, buddy.
I had nobody else to turn to, and so I was like,
I
all
sometimes
right.
forget he did wrestle.
Yeah, he did. Don't worry, a lot of people forget that. But I mean, he was all right back
He was
then.
solid though.
Yeah, he used to do like
trained by Funaki.
he used to do a leg drop off the second rope, and I was like, bro, big mistake. Your spine is gonna hate you for that. But he was doing his DDP yoga back then. If you go back and you see pictures of him back then,
I remember him wrestling
Yeah,
at
man.
RCW.
Yeah,
That's when
it
I
was-
first saw him.
I mean, he wasn't doing a bunch of leapfrogs and stuff, but I mean, he was moving around that ring and
He was
doing
spry.
his. He was a lot more spry than he is nowadays. I'll tell you that much.
Did he also wrestle in flip flops?
He's a dad
Back
now.
then?
He's a dad.
Nah, he actually cared back then. He had a singlet. He had boots.
There you go.
You know, I mean, the last couple matches he had, yeah, he was like, in flip flops.
Remember those?
Yeah, in chanclas, but so we go down there and, wound up having, like, at the time, probably, like, one of the best matches I think I've ever had. The crowd was, like, they wanted to see us die because, like I say, Mexican Independence Day,
Yeah.
you got these white
White
boys
guys.
coming down, talking about how great America is and trying to, rain
Obama.
on,
That's that good
trying to
heel
rain
heat,
on
though,
everybody's
right?
parade. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, back
Yeah.
then, I guess, nowadays it's like, I don't know, nowadays I want to move to Mexico. Like I said, for the healthcare, like shit, man, I got to see a dentist or something one of these days. But yeah, man, like going down there, the crowd
Man,
wanted.
You got some good grit.
I mean, up in the front, but like towards the back,
Oh,
I got a
yeah.
couple cavities
There
that
you
I
go,
might
me
want to get
too.
knocked out. But
Some Jolly Rancher nights.
man,
you know,
I've been talking to Cuervo about going to Nuevo Laredo and getting my shit worked
It's
on.
so much cheaper for dental.
That's
Dude,
that's,
I have insurance and they don't cover shit for dental. Like
no,
nobody
hell
ever
no,
does shit.
hell no.
I got
hell
people
no.
that go to Mexico. They're like, it's way cheaper.
Yeah,
Just get shit
dude.
worked
It's
on.
all a racket up here, bro.
Yeah.
It's all people trying to hustle you and shit. So yeah, man, it was nuts. And we did go down there with Ruben, matter of fact, because Ruben was down because he got us booked in Reynosa the next day. Which, dude, if you're traveling to like
Yeah.
border towns in Mexico, avoid Reynosa. I mean, well, I shouldn't say avoid it. Like, just be on your toes about it, because like.
Just drive through night. Just drive
Yeesh.
through it.
Yeah, make sure you lock your car doors when you're driving through there, man. Like, shit.
That's how I found out the Premier Arena in Houston.
Premier,
I
dude.
didn't know
I'll
the
tell you
area when I went.
Yeah.
Premier is like one of the resorts in Cabo compared to Reynosa, bro. Like
That's pretty bad.
Reynosa, they call it War City down there, bro.
damn.
So like, quick little aside, when I was in Reynosa for that show the next day, like we're driving around, there was a truck and it had a bumper sticker on it, and it was like "Bienvenidos a Reynosa, Tamaulipas," like "Welcome to Reynosa, Tamaulipas" is the state. But in between it was an AK-47, and the Tamaulipas, it was Tamaulipas,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, dude. Like, that was when I knew. I was like, yo, this isn't really as safe as Matamoros. And like, not even saying Matamoros wasn't sketchy, because I'd see the Federales driving around in their tanks and shit, but Reynosa is a whole different ball game, baby.
Bro,
But-
he's killing me with these names he's pronouncing. Like you're doing spot on. You're rolling your R's. I'm very fucking impressed, bro. I'm very.
See,
Damn.
I mean, you had to. I lived in Mexico for like 3 months.
Can you
dude.
speak Spanish?
Not really. I can
Or
understand.
Can you get
it.
around?
I can understand it if you speak really slow, and like
Which they don't.
Well, I mean, if you tell them to slow it down, they will. Like, usually, like, Mexican people are pretty cool if they can see that you're, like, trying to, you know, like, communicate with them. Like, if I was going to be one of these assholes who's like, yeah, well, I don't speak that, you got to speak English with me. You know? If I was like that, they'd be like, fuck this guy.
I mean, you get away with it, but they look at us like the Mexicanos that we speak Spanish.
Oh, yeah, y'all are supposed to know.
They're
that
like, what
there.
the fuck are your problem?
Yeah, they'll see me and they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll take it easy on this guy. But you guys got no excuse down there.
No fucking slack.
I hate when I deliver to like a Mexican lady's house, she's speaking Spanish. I'm just like, I don't know what you're saying.
No, they ask me like,
like, what the
habla
fuck?
español. I go, un piquito. They're like,
Yeah,
like, I'm like,
so disappointed.
You got the one phrase in Spanish you got to learn is like, "Yo, blame my parents." Like, why are you blaming me for not learning Spanish? Like, I was a kid, man.
My grandparents said they went to school and they used to get like
beaten for speaking Spanish.
it. So they didn't teach my mom and their kids because they didn't think it was allowed to. Now they encourage it, and now you have to take a fucking foreign language for school. And they're like, we didn't see that coming.
I failed
so we
Spanish twice in high school. So
I think like only one of my like 4 aunts and uncles like learned Spanish because he's a mariachi though. But the other ones like I learned shit. But man, you pronounce it good, man. You sound better.
I can pronounce
it.
it.
Great,
I can and I can read it. So if it's like if you've got like some Spanish stuff in front of me, I can read it pretty well. But like, you know,
well, I mean, you read the bumper sticker.
Yeah, well,
I'd be like, oh, you should have AK. Yeah, we ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, really, you don't even need to understand what the rest of it's saying. Just somebody with a bumper sticker with an AK on it. Up here, that's like, okay, maybe he's just really into guns. Down there, it's like,
don't tread on me. Right?
Yeah.
The snake.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. So we were talking about, you know, like organized crime and wrestling and stuff like that. And I mean, especially like in Mexico, the commission, the Boxing and Lucha Commission, it's kind of tied up with, you know, organized crime down there. Because I mean, like, so wrestling, and I mean, I don't know how much of this is like stuff that's going to get me in trouble, but again, nobody watches this, so I can say whatever
no one watches this shit.
Flip, flop, flabbity, floop I want.
Tens and dozens of this.
So I'm going to put y'all onto some inside baseball here, guys. Money laundering. It's really easy with cash businesses. Strip joints, cash business. Coin-operated laundry machines, cash business.
Car wash.
Fred's Fish Fry.
Fred's, how are y'all still open? What?
Ain't no lines.
Cash business.
Ain't no lines. They selling that
cash business.
Scum.
Pro wrestling, for the most part, especially back then, cash business. So you would get these people who, you know, maybe occasionally like to commit crimes with all this money that they can't report to, you know, the government.
Yeah.
They can't claim that on their taxes. Hey, man, how'd you make all this money? Oh, man, you know, I'm just, you know, a humble whatever. Yeah, you know. Okay, can you prove that? No. So what they do sometimes, and they'll do this in Mexico, they'll do this in Japan. There's not really like an American equivalent to this, so that's why I won't get in trouble. But, you know, unless there's any like Hells Angels or Banditos that possibly want to launder some money, get in touch with me. I've got a business opportunity for you. But
Dad?
Nah, not really. Please don't actually take that serious, guys. Like, I don't want to get tied up with y'all.
Sorry,
literally, I'll be tied up in like a basement somewhere.
Pop, stay away, Pop. I'm just joking around.
Please. But you know, they would say, "Oh, okay. Well, y'all only sold like 200 tickets. Guess what? Y'all sold 400 tickets. Y'all sold 500 tickets, and we got the money right here. So you know, you just tell the authorities you sold 500 tickets, and we won't have a problem." Okay, sir, no problem, not a problem at all. So I forget how we even got on that topic.
I don't know either.
But we're gonna get it back. So that was the second day of that. So
what the fuck were we on?
The match with me and Dunbar. They wanted to see us die. They wanted to see the evil Americans, these invading, these colonists, bro, who are coming down to Mexico and trying to take over. They want to see them get their hair taken. And sure enough, wouldn't you know it, I get my head shaved. It was an amazing match, one of the best ones I had up to that point. I was still like less than a year into the game. It was also the first wrestling match that I got paid $100 for, which I was like, yo, triple digits, baby, let's go.
Let's go.
Moving up in the world. I got to raise my price accordingly.
Moving on up.
Yep, moving on up, baby. So, You know, it was cool.
Yeah.
I dove off of a flower shop that was like adjacent to the junkyard that they were running out of. Beautiful, beautiful memories that I will forget probably when I'm like really old and have dementia. But, you know, I can still kind of remember it right now. But, yeah, man, got my head shaved, the whole deal.
There you go.
I'm not...
I was like Dylan did it because he came.
No,
with some
Dylan got
long
his
hair.
head shaved.
Oh,
Dylan
really?
got his- yeah, we both did. That was the deal, man.
I
That
see
was
the
the deal.
pictures of you with your head shaved.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a picture of me floating around and I'm like crying, getting my head shaved, but also like eating a taco.
Hey, probably the best right there you probably had.
Yeah,
no?
I've had better. I've
Really?
had better, man.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, actually, I had better in that town. Matter of fact, like that was just like I don't remember what it was like a bean and cheese, which is like if you're going down to Mexico and they're giving you bean and cheese, it's like, yo, what the
Come
fuck? I
on,
could get that up here,
yeah,
man.
give me some
They had some
authentic
gringas and
shit.
like, bro, they had some badass tacos later on
Yeah.
that I would have, but they
There
were
you
like, yo, this guy's only used to the bullshit, so we
We'll
can't.
give him.
Yeah, we gotta go
This guy
real.
has Taco Bell still.
Yeah. So, but now, man, it was very cool. And then, like, I've been down to Matamoros a couple more times. I lived in Mexico for like 3 months, but that was more like central Mexico. So that was in, Tulancingo area, and like that was like Hidalgo State, and like, but I was on tour with DTU, and we would like, you know, traveled around all over. So I wrestled in Veracruz, I wrestled in Guadalajara. The one thing that I wanted to do in Mexico that I haven't done yet, but that I want to, is I want to go visit the pyramids. I want to go see those shits. I want to climb up to the top if they'll let me. I don't even.
Machu Picchu. Yeah.
That's not in Mexico. That's somewhere else. That's like
Teach him.
My
that's
bad,
South
really?
America. That's
That's
further
fucking
south.
Brazil and shit.
I think that's further to the
Even
west.
further?
That's west coast.
Damn,
Brazil's
I
east
need a
coast.
globe.
You got to get your geography
Come
down,
on,
bro.
bro.
Jeez,
I
I'm-
dropped out, not you.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm sorry.
Did you get your GED?
Yeah, I got my
Okay. There you go. Yeah.
We're equivalent.
good enough
Yeah.
degree.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, but also shout out Dylan Dunbar.
Shout out Dylan Dunbar.
His
Shout
wife
out
just had a new
pyramids.
baby, yeah.
Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
the Aztec pyramids. One day, baby, I'm gonna come, and I want to go. I want to go on the day where it's like where the sun hits it just right and it looks like a serpent coming down. You've seen that shit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm big into that. I really like history. I really like especially ancient history and stuff like that's just so fascinating to me. We got pyramids in America. Did you know about that?
No.
Over by Chicago area, Cahokia.
What?
That was like there was a whole native civilization there. There was a period in time where it was like a bigger city than London. But it started like diffusing around like I think like the 1400s something. It was like before Columbus hit. And it was like that civilization kind of went down, but there's still like there was the mound builders. They built like you probably seen the picture of it, like the serpent. That's like a mound.
Yeah.
It's you gotta view it from like the top down, you know. So like, which is a whole other thing. Like, yo, how the hell did they do that? But you know, I don't know, man. That's just fascinating to me.
Yeah.
But man, we're talking about all this shit that isn't wrestling. So
We'll get back to the wrestling.
We'll always bring it back.
We're
to
always
the
gonna go
wrestling,
back to it,
baby.
but does anyone have to pee besides me?
No.
Is this our pee break?
No.
Is it my
You
pee break?
You can. I'm
it's my pee
good.
break.
I'm just chilling, drinking my
I probably
wine.
should have
baby.
warned him before we started.
I'm
You
surprised
got
haven't
a
gone
you got
yet.
that hummingbird bladder or what?
It's terrible.
It's a
Bro.
squirrel.
Usually I go like
Squirrel.
within 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Do you-
I've been proud of him lately.
Man, there we go. Okay.
thank
Hey, that's a testament to me as a guest, keeping it interesting enough to where he's just
He's
like,
holding it.
see, he's not even. He's trying to leave the door and shit. I'm not even engaging him right now. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the people watching. Tall Can listening. How are you? Great Scott. Nice to meet you. And I'm here in this apartment, in this bedroom right here. We've got some posters. Sabotage Wrestling. Shout out Jeff Serta. Shout out Sabotage Wrestling. Shout out Rudy Main. Not Rudy Boy. Shout out Rudy Main.
Rudy
One
Main.
of the best Roman Cam guys out there in the game today. Always getting my good side, even when my hair is messed up and my hairline is showing. Shit. We got, what else we got here? We got Aaron Mercer versus Richie Garcia. Possibly Richie Garcia's last match. Possibly.
Ooh.
I don't know. He was saying, but then he was like, dude, this happens with every single wrestler. They'll have their last match and they'll be like, maybe I got one more in the tank.
I got something in it, yeah.
Bro, I saw Ric Flair's last match.
Oh.
And then now he's saying like, oh man, like I think like Puerto Rico reached out to him and was like trying to get him down there. and he was like, "Oh man, I wish I wouldn't have said that was my last
saw
match
that.
because like they
Didn't
were
he
offering me a
pass
lot
out,
of
like,
money."
3 times.
Yeah.
That's what they
It
say.
looked
say-
like it from the clips I saw.
Bro, I was straight up worried for that man. Like, I was watching and I was like, yo, this is like, I feel so horrible for the guy. And I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit. Shout out Ric Flair. I know you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, he watches. all
I
the
know
time.
you're watching. You
Rick.
know, hey man, y'all are like y'all got to get on with Conrad, bro, and like get him on the deal or whatever. But you know, I digress. So you know, I was watching that and I was like, yo, like at any minute we could lose him, and I could be watching it, and I would have felt guilty, bro.
Just watching it.
Yeah, like because
I didn't stop
you're
it.
almost an accessory to murder at that point, no? Because like, I mean, I didn't pay for it, so you know.
He's on calling 911.
Shout out
Save
pirating. Shout out pirate streams and stuff. Like you gotta,
That's where I gotta go.
you know, some of the I
Crack
mean,
streams.
shout out supporting wrestling too, and
Oh,
actually like paying us for the shit too. But you know, at the same time, like I just, you know, I'm also very technologically illiterate, and the person I was watching with, they were like, "Yo, let's stream this illegally." And I wasn't gonna say no because
yeah.
you know, like I like watching a train wreck.
Everyone likes
occasionally.
free shit.
Yeah, man. Who doesn't like watching? Who doesn't like occasional like kind of sketchy shit? You know, like I mean,
I like to see somebody get up from the crowd and walk to the restroom.
yeah, it's an illegal stream. You know.
Hey, my old Zoomy used to have a bunch of those, man. And like the old iPads, you know, the MP3 players, you had to download from like LimeWire. I fucked up so many computers with LimeWire.
Oh yeah, I've destroyed so many computers with LimeWire. So that was my parents got real mad at me because of that shit.
Yeah, shout out LimeWire.
I don't think you lived until you broke a computer with that.
Well, I mean, you did. You just lived after like the year 2003 or 2004 or whenever that shit was hot. It's still around now. They're doing NFTs now. I saw that.
Yeah.
So
Really?
that's it's kind of a weird transition, but you know,
Millions of dollars go into them now. They're worth like millions.
That's
crazy.
LimeWire or NFTs?
No, the NFTs.
Oh, I was like, LimeWire's
the NFTs.
Yeah, I was like,
I
I don't think LimeWire is worth that much,
I think
bro.
Snoop Dogg bought one for like 3.5 or sold one
On the Cardano chain, which I do have a little bit of Cardano in, so you know, shout out Charles Hoskins. He's the guy that created it. He's my boy. He's into falconry and like has like a buffalo farm up in Wyoming.
Handed all the fucking money,
Bro. Well, hey man, I mean,
That's awesome.
like all I'm saying is it's easier than it's ever been to like educate yourself on that. Like there's more, bro, like shit. I wish I would have known how to look this stuff up when I was younger, cuz then I wouldn't even be on this podcast at all. I would be on a beach. I would be on a beach in
Tall can, what?
tall can. I got a tall can in my hand. Shit, not even a tall can. I got a tall little tropical drink with the umbrella in it and all the works, you know, and because money wouldn't even be a thing, baby. But unfortunately, I got in at just an okay time. Yeah, I mean, hey man, you know,
you're like, I'm fucking stuck here with Tall Can.
It's not that I'm stuck. I could walk out the door right now if I wanted to. You know, I could hit this button. Get that shit. Oh, okay. What?
The battery, it doesn't have a.
You
hit it too hard.
I did, man. Well, hey, you gotta, you know, put these buttons in their place, you know. So, but yeah, man. I mean, like, you know, educate yourself out there, guys, and you know, like, even if it's not financial stuff, I get that people maybe like, oh, cryptocurrency or stocks or whatever. I can't wrap my head around all that. Okay, cool. There's still plenty of other resources out there on how to start a business, on how to do all that kind of shit, how to make some money and stuff.
They say that there's more millionaires now.
Yeah,
ever. Like
it's never been easier to make
become
money
millionaires.
now than it has been in history, bro.
You know what I'm obsessed with? I watch Shark Tank. Like, bro, if I can just get one fucking invention that like just takes off, like, God, that'd be it.
Okay, well,
that's
start
Yep.
putting pen to paper, baby.
Yeah, that's what
Get
I'm
a
saying.
dry erase board and start coming up with some ideas, man.
Tall can listening and doing it.
I know.
Shout out dry erase
I
board.
gotta pay the bill somehow.
Yeah, well, hey. I mean, one day you can maybe monetize this. I don't know. Maybe if you get Livola on, once you start getting the Livola money, that's a different story.
See, I'm glad that he's like, oh, shit, you gonna have Livola on? Shit.
I know people probably watching this like, who the fuck are you talking about? Google it.
Yeah.
We brought him up a lot,
No,
but I
we
didn't
brought him
think
a lot.
that you listened to Livola.
Yeah, man.
honestly.
2006 was when I graduated high school, baby. I know all about Third Degree. Like, that was my shit. You know, like I was smoking blunts back in high school up to no
Swishes?
good.
Oh,
yeah, man.
shit.
That's dude, I was a bad little kid in high school, man.
Look,
Like,
Scott.
bro, I wouldn't say I was a
You was
thug.
not so great.
I wouldn't say I was a thug, but I was
No.
certainly up to no good, you
There you
know.
go.
Like
Love
I
to
was,
hear it.
you know, but you know, it's whatever. You live and you learn. And you switch it up, and you move on from that to, you know, now I'm drinking a nice Malbec.
You gotta see like old picture of Knopf when he's a rapper. He's got like a fade.
When
just,
were
like,
you? When were you
earrings.
rapping? I want to know when you were active. I want to know just so I can like put myself into the context. Because if you were a rapper in like 2004, that's a lot different from being a rapper in like 2019.
It was
You know,
like 07 to 11.
7-11, baby.
7-11, baby.
Yeah, man, that was
Bad
the.
time for Nalf.
That's all Lil Wayne.
Why was it a bad time for you, bro?
I got nowhere.
I know I'm the guest, but now I'm asking you the questions, bro.
Because my rap career was a failure.
Okay, but you learn from it,
I did.
right? Sometimes you gotta fail, guys, to grow. You know, and some people, they get so caught up in their failures. They're defined by their failures. Oh man, I fucked up, and I just never recovered.
No, it's true.
I've known people like
I
that.
know people like that.
Hell yeah, and it's sad, bro.
They fucking dwell on it for like years.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, like, okay, like, dust yourself off.
And
Go do
something else.
Yeah, do something else, man.
And here I am.
These bills ain't gonna pay themselves. Tall Can Listening. Support the show. Y'all got a Patreon or something?
We need to. We don't have that many.
Y'all got like a Cash App or something?
Separate. we sold
Cash App.
We sold t-shirts.
Mr. Great Scott to you is mine. So like, feel free. Send me like $5 if you've been entertained by any of this or by any of my matches that I've like destroyed my body for. That would be cool if I could get some.
money off for himself on the show.
Hell yeah! These fans better be paying me. Are you kidding me?
Cause we hate.
Yeah.
Y'all better
Yeah,
pay this man.
yeah,
Y'all
hell-
better pay this man.
Yeah.
Fans.
That's why I didn't want to do the damn podcast. I was like, what? They're not going to be paying me for an appearance? What the fuck?
Like, all right, we'll give you a big bottle of wine. That's about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. This is my
Pay me
payment,
wine.
so you know, I'll accept that.
Which is
I'll
more than
accept
some
that.
promotions I've heard.
Well, I don't work for those promotions, so I wouldn't know about it.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, they're out there, man. And it's so funny seeing these people. It's so funny seeing some of these cats that used to wrestle or that wrestle for these companies that nobody cares about. And then a company comes through and maybe they're like a little bit late on their payments and they're like, oh, these guys are carnies, these guys are carnies.
I know exactly
Yeah,
what
no,
You
I saw
know
the
what I'm
post.
talking about.
I saw
Here's
that.
what I'm gonna say on all that. And I wasn't booked, so I got no horse in the
Yeah,
race
okay.
at all. Okay, there are carny promotions running every single week in this state. Every single week, I see them all the time. I'm tagged in their shit. They're following me. I see them on my feed, and I'm disgusted by it. Why aren't they saying anything about that? Because they're not bringing in these bigger guys. Because you're not going to get likes by saying, "Oh, Joe Blow over here running in slam passes." You know, I'm going to make a big stink about that. Nobody's going to give a shit. But if I say something about this company that's actually got some name talent, all of a sudden I get 75 likes and 10 shares on my
And
Facebook.
I feel like that backfired on the said person who posted about
And it sure did. And I know that person, and I love that person. Shout out to that person because they actually helped me out when I was first starting out. So it's all love. It's all good. But at the same time,
PayPal takes a while.
it's not, man, it's not even that. It's not even that. I won't even say that. But like, I know people who were on the show,
Yeah.
and it was all laid out pretty clear. Like, it's gonna take up to 2 business week or up to 2 weeks. Not even business weeks. They said full weeks. It was in paper. They posted the thing. They were like, yo, if you need your money now, get with us. And we'll make stuff happen for you. And the thing is the only people complaining about it, the only people that haven't got paid are these dudes who weren't even booked in the first fucking place.
Yeah.
And who showed up after the fact and were like, oh, well, we heard you needed a ref and, you know, so-and-so put in a good word for us. Okay, cool. You're not going to be as high of a priority as these guys who are actually, like, breaking their bodies and, you know, like, doing all this. You know, speaking of referees, again, bringing him up, Donnie Davis. Senior referee, one of the best referees that I have ever shared a ring with. He got paid, and he got paid his full fee, and I think then some. I think they gave him a bonus, matter of fact. So maybe if you just shut your damn mouth, you might get paid. Maybe. I know how sometimes, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. I've heard that one too. And there's a time and a place. But you got to know your place. And if you're just getting started out and you're just making your bones, sometimes you got to be happy with what you get. Because sometimes if you're not getting paid anything, you're getting paid what you're worth. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
You ain't worth shit.
That was basically tall can venting right there.
There you go. That was great. That was awesome.
That was great. Oh, more fan questions.
Go ahead.
I'm surprised there's this many fan questions.
Andro6657.
Okay.
How great is the Scotty posse?
How great is it? It's great because they'll stick with me through thick and thin, wrong or right. Doesn't matter what I do. They're still going to cheer for me. I could kick an old granny down the stairs.
And we'll love it.
I could jaywalk.
We'll love it.
I could launder money.
Love it.
Through wrestling. Love it. I could do all kinds of nasty, dastardly, despicable things. And, you know, they accept me. They appreciate me. They understand. They respect the greatness. And so I'll respect them. Most of these wrestling fans, I'll be straight up, they're trash. So and if they don't fuck with me, then they're definitely trash.
I fuck with them.
Yeah, see, you do. Well, you're Scotty Posse. That's why I'm on the show. That's
exactly Scotty Posse.
Exactly. I'm not gonna waste my time with one of these wrestling fans on one of their little rinky-dink podcasts.
Ooh, call them out. No.
I won't because I don't even know who they are. Who's the podcast that you're beefing with?
We're not.
None of them? Okay,
as
well,
far
good.
as I know.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bring the shit. Wrestle vlogs.
You know what? Hey, you know
what? Yeah, I said it. They're not gonna watch this. It doesn't matter. I've been on Wrestle Vlogs, matter. I'm pretty sure, or one of them. I don't even know anymore, man. Like that was when I still used to do podcasts.
And where'd you have fun at? Where'd you have more fun at?
Well, I'll tell you this much: they didn't give me a damn bottle of wine. That's for fucking sure.
We pay our people in alcohol around here.
That's right.
You may not get paid, but you'll get a fucking buzz.
That's right. And maybe it might be a little bit more entertaining if you get a drink or two in me. Shit.
Loosen up. Damn. Go ahead. Go ahead, now.
Andro again. How come you don't have an OnlyFans?
Damn. So I've been, you know, approached by people about like, hey, who have asked me this question? And the simple truth is I don't need one. Okay, ooh. Like I don't need the money that bad to be twirling my bits and pieces out for all the world to see. You know, imagine me just like laid out. So here's what I've said. Here's what I've said about regarding OnlyFans. If I were ever to do it, if I were ever to do OnlyFans, it'd be super classy. Okay, it would be super tasteful. All right. I wouldn't show butthole. Sorry, no amount of money. Sorry, guys. You know,
there
like
has
that's
to be some secrecy. You know what I mean? You gotta be some.
I mean,
mystery.
like you got it. Well, so the other thing, I've known a bunch of people who do have OnlyFans, and I've dated women that have had OnlyFans, and it's like people think that it's so easy. People think, oh man, why don't you just start an OnlyFans? You could make so much money. And it's like, okay, maybe I can make some money, but one, that's editing, which you know about. Yes. That's a whole thing. You wish you were making OnlyFans money with Tall Can listening editing.
Yeah.
I think
pay us.
Maybe you should, you know.
It's out there according to XC.
I told him, I said he should play with dolls with his feet, with
wrestling
toys with his feet.
Ooh, people would pay for that.
I fucking told him.
People would pay for that.
Noff, you want your mics, right?
But it's a lot of work, man. It's sex work, you know. Like it's not just sex; it's sex work, you know. So, and I mean that's just the tip of the iceberg. You're doing essentially customer service with a bunch of horny people. You know,
selling a porn star. I mean, it's not just sex; it's fucking work.
It is. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, the sex is just the part of it, man. But I mean, you actually gotta like,
gotta entertain.
I mean, hopefully it's the fun part, you know. I mean, I've had some sexes maybe not so fun, but you know, sometimes the pussy's whack. I don't know, you know. It's out there. It's shout out women though. Shout out women. Respect. Also respect y'all. Also respect y'all. The vibe wasn't right. Okay, the vibe wasn't right for whatever reason.
If you didn't get a call back, your pussy was trash.
Who's your favorite porn star,
bro? I don't know, man. I don't really like. I'm trying to think now. I mean, like Gianna Michaels is obviously like the GOAT for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like all my porn stars are dated, bro. Like I don't know any of these modern porn stars these days. All you young kids with your pornography.
I said Lisa Ann.
That's too old.
You know what I mean? No, come on, man.
You ever heard of Nina North?
I've only reason why I've heard about her is because I saw y'all did a post about her. Y'all did a post and it was like, this is your favorite porn star, and I was like, I saw her picture, I was like, oh yeah, she's cute. She's cute.
It was for Nal's birthday, bro.
Yeah.
She sent a bunch of videos for me. We out here.
She sent one with just.
Do you like know her personally, or did you have to pay for that?
I do. No, I didn't pay for it, but she sent
had to pay for it. Sex work, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Video for free because she took too long.
Okay, that's cool.
Topless.
Oh, okay.
She was like,
I mean, you'd already seen it though, so it's whatever.
Like I saw it on the video,
but it was personalized.
No, but she says your
she's
name.
like saying your name while you're seeing the titties.
She's
so
like
that's
talking, and I was like,
Are y'all gonna get me in trouble for this? Like, are people gonna come for me and be like, "Oh, you're talking about porn stars"?
Oh no, it comes up a lot. I know you've never seen. This
Okay.
We asked
as long as that's the case. As long as that's the case.
I think we asked.
You don't fuck or what?
Hold on. So back to the OnlyFans. So I've known a lot of people that have done it. It's tough work, man. It's tough work. Yeah, and like honestly, I don't have the time nor the energy. That's the real thing, man. Because like it's customer service at that point, and it's like I don't want to have to be like taking orders from people and being like, "Yo, can I?" Yeah, like I really want to see that great butthole, dude. And the answer is no, you don't, dude. You really don't. You don't want to see my butthole. You think you do, but you don't.
You don't want to see the starfish.
Yeah, man. Like there's nothing good comes out of that, man. So just
it's an exit only.
Yeah, just you know. So sometimes the fantasy is better than the reality, man. That's what I'll say. Sometimes it's okay to fantasize about stuff, all right, but you know the reality of it. Maybe you might not want that. So I don't know. If I ever really wanted to do an OnlyFans, it would be really like, it'd be classy, but I would also not respond to anybody on there. I'd be like, your messages are just going to be chilling in my DMs.
I heard that if you pay tips, they respond. So you have to respond if you accept the tips, no?
No, I don't got to do shit. If I'm on that, I'll be like, okay, you tip me just for existing, bro.
Shell ass right now.
Yeah, no.
He's like, no, you're gonna talk to him.
Yeah, no, I'm not. What are you, my manager now?
He's tip 40.
You my manager, bro? No, hell no. I'm not getting paid. I'm getting paid in wine, baby. I'm walking out with this bottle after the fact.
All yours.
That's
and no
right.
butthole scene.
That's right. Yeah, you ain't gonna see my butthole. I'm not getting paid for that wine. Ain't that good? I'll tell you that much.
It just comes out. I told you it was shitty wine.
But you know, so I mean, shout out to sex workers. Y'all are doing the Lord's work.
Bro.
You know, y'all really are, man, because they put up with a lot, bro. They put up with a lot. Nothing but respect. And straight up, like, it's wrestlers and sex workers, there's a lot of overlap. Like, I've dated strippers, and it's like, it's almost the same game, bro. It's almost the exact same game. So it's like, you know, it's a lot. I wouldn't say that's the only kind of woman that can understand a wrestler, but like, you know, in a sense of like what we do, yes, it kind of is in a way. So, but at the same time, every relationship I've had with a stripper has ended. So, you know, what does that tell you? You know, some of these strippers, they're for the streets. Strippers, estheticians, any kind of woman that works with like hair or makeup or eyelashes. Who else? They're for the streets. But respect, though. Respect to them.
Nah, bro. If you strip, you do hair, makeup, or nails, you're for the streets, hoes.
But no, they're not hoes. I want to be very clear about that. They're not hoes.
Okay, what kind of women belong to
They
the
are.
streets?
They don't. They're for the streets. They don't belong. They can walk away from the streets if they want.
Look, you can drive the streets. You're still in the streets, sweetheart.
We're getting into some socioeconomic, the trap of that, of falling. That's the other reason why I don't want to do an OnlyFans, because then you're dependent on that money. You're dependent on that income source. Now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, it's people like, yo, maybe I'll give you like $500 for that butthole. Nah, I'm still not gonna show my butthole.
What rinsed about that much?
$1,000 for the butthole. That's tempting. That's tempting, but I don't need the money that bad. $10,000 for butthole.
Scott,
what's your butthole price?
What's the minimum you showing butthole?
On a public forum like that, there's not enough money in the world. I don't think.
10,000.
10,000 is a lot of money, though.
Are you showing?
I could do a lot with $10,000.
Are you showing?
For $10,000, I would consider it. But I wouldn't put it on OnlyFans. I'd be like, listen,
all right, $25K.
I'm gonna do a set. I'm gonna send it to you.
It's gonna be classic.
I'm gonna give you the Google Drive.
There you go.
And you are not to share this with anybody.
What if they do?
Well, I'm sure they will. Obviously, there's Discords and shit. Dude, there's Discords for all these people's OnlyFans. Yeah. You think that a paywall is gonna stop these people from trying to pirate your butthole pictures? It's out there. It's out there. It's out there, and I've seen it. Okay, I've seen all your buttholes. Okay, and there's nothing special about them. All right.
They're out there.
Next question.
They're out there.
We'll talk about this last question and hit the tall can venting to close it out.
Ask the question
from Mr. Teflon John.
Ah, my boy, boy.
Had him on.
Teflon Johnny.
Can you give us?
I already gave y'all one a little bit ago, but because Teflon John asked, he is my boy.
You want me to hold your glass for you? What are you doing?
Because we gotta do it. I gotta have my hands free. I can't just be doing it encumbered, So what I like to do, I'll do when I come out the curtain. I put my hands out like this so that people can see the wingspan. It's a little tough. I got long ass arms, dude. They're long as shit. I got the arms of like a 7 foot tall person. I cannot wear long sleeve shirts for the most part. There it is. That's how I do it. That's how I do it when I come out the curtain. There we go. Thank you for that. I appreciate
music
that.
And it's
it's the whole experience, man. There you go. Well, I mean, I already did it. I already did it.
I want everyone to hear the
I mean, I would have done it louder if that music would have been playing. Sometimes I'll do like a subtle one. Sometimes I'll switch it up.
I wasn't sure what we were going to get hit with.
If I'm like, I don't know, man. Like the last time I did kind of like a soft was when I wrestled Davey Richards, because I was kind of like, I was feeling it, but at the same time I was like, I'm gonna try and switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go with a more subtle. So
how was that one?
The match with Davey Richards, it was great, man. Davey Richards is like phenomenal wrestler.
I meant the like.
Oh, the it was just it was a laid back. It was an understated It was an that you had to kind of like lean in, like oh, this is a little bit of a different This is a different side.
Did we get it?
A different side to Great Scott. I think part of it also was I kind of like choked on some spit while I was doing it, so I was kind of like
See, it happens.
Yeah, it does, man. Hey, it happens to the best of us. So I mean, hopefully that answered Johnny Bedlam's question. Teflon John, he is no longer. Well, he's certainly not Johnny Bedlam anymore. He is now Teflon John. You did. It's all right. I've had these sneakers for almost as long as I've been wrestling, so it's all good. They're very old. I need to upgrade. But that's why I make so much fucking money, because I don't spend it on shit. So there you go.
Rich people act poor.
That's right, bro. I got clothes from high school that I still wear.
Look at you. I'm glad you fit in them.
Yeah, well, hey, baby. I mean, it's it's all in the diet, my man.
Shout out all the sex workers.
It's true. Hey, man, you gotta respect them. You gotta respect everybody, because if you respect others, then respect is given back. So I fuck with sex workers. That sounds weird when I say it like that. It sounds weird.
Follow us, we'll follow you, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. I won't follow you on the OnlyFans, because again, saving money. That's my thing. I don't even have an OnlyFans like to watch stuff, you know. So I mean, like, I always feel bad though when I'll meet somebody that does have one and they're like, "Yo, check out my content on OnlyFans," and I'm like,
"You never see Knobs? He shows nipples."
I do that.
Are they like puffy or like what's your nipple situation?
Okay, think Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve Carell.
See, I'm at a disadvantage because y'all have seen my nipples.
Yeah,
but
we see them all
like,
the time.
Yeah.
mine are kind of tiny. They're
I paid to see
understated.
them, though.
They're understated. Well, I mean, that's the thing though. If you want to,
am you a sex worker because I paid to see him?
if you want to see my nipples, that shit's out there on my Instagram for free. You could just look that up. Instagram at Mr. Gray Scott to you. Pretty much all social media. Twitter at Mr. Gray Scott to you.
Just nipples.
Cash App
buttholes.
at Mr. Cash App. It's not at. It's like the little dollar sign.
Yeah,
the
it's
Mr.
not-
Great
yeah.
Scott to you. It's all Mr. Great Scott to you. That's all it is. I think I got like a Twitch that I never use. So
I have a Twitter I never use. It's just
Shit.
yeah, it's.
Sorry, I don't know.
I'm thinking about like actually like downgrading on the social media. Matter of fact, it's
We don't
pretty.
really post a lot in general.
I don't post anything really on. I'll post like once a month on Facebook just to let people know I'm still alive. I post on really Instagram is where it's at for your Great Scott content. I post a lot on my stories. Occasionally I'll post the occasional post if there's a good photo. Shout out Roland Duran, one of the best photographers. Also Proctor, my boy. He's not even like an actual like official wrestling photographer. He's just a fan with badass cameras.
Yes. I love the vintage look that he always.
Oh yeah, he'll edit it and do it, and like he goes like that's like the good kind of fan, you know, like the fan that adds to a show, not the kind of fan that takes away from a show. If you're a wrestling fan and you go to a wrestling show, yeah, this is directed right to you. If you go to a wrestling show, it's not about you. It's about the show. It's about the vibe. Don't try and take away from what the guys in the ring are doing. Add to it. React to it. Have fun. Get a couple drinks in you. Get crazy with it. That's right. Well, and that's why I'm on the podcast,
Yeah, exactly.
baby.
I hate the ones who are just stuck on their phone the whole time. Like, just...
Yeah.
I'll pull my phone out like, oh, that's cool. But at most, I'm just there slamming the mat and...
That's one of the things...
Hell no, Power Blood, I was like, oh, shit!
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
You can do both. Yeah. You can react and film it, man. Like it's you know, you can multitask.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're just on there texting or whatever, why the hell did you even come out to a show in the first place, bro? Do you go to like a music venue and do that? Do you go to your favorite band when they're coming into town on tour and do you like just get on your phone like, "Oh, this show is so cool."
Yeah, no, hello?
You know.
Yeah, no, I'm not busy.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm only front row at a wrestling show right now. Yeah, pro wrestling. You ever heard of it?
No, that's a song. When doves cry.
Yeah.
That's what you're hearing.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's not the actual Prince though. He's been dead for a while.
Great Scott. I don't know.
Yeah. He's bringing it back. It's throwback night with Great Scott.
I'm bringing it back.
Yep.
And what about... When's the next Infamous show?
I literally don't know.
I have it written down. All right. Well, the next...
Why would you ask him for
I assumed
he was like,
here.
I should know.
Okay.
I should, bro. I'm gonna be real honest with you, bro. Like dates, I have to write them down. I got the dry erase board back at the crib.
I'm sorry
you know?
he called you out, bro.
I'm not ashamed about it.
Yeah.
This is something people need to know about me, bro. Like straight up, I don't even know members of my own family's birthdays, bro. Straight up, like I'll know the month. I'll be like, okay. My mom's December. I got to get her a card or something, you know. But
In
like
the beginning somewhere. Right?
Yeah. It's towards the start.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it on like December 1st just to make sure that I already got it, you know. And then if I'm too late, if I'm too late, it'll just become a Christmas card. And she'll be like, well, why does it say happy birthday? Don't worry about it, Mom. You know, I know it's not.
No.
Yeah. I just tried to, roll it all in so I could just get you the one. Saving money, you know how it is.
Fucking inflation, man.
Yeah. Have you seen the prices on these birthday cards?
You know what? I spent on wrapping paper.
Yeah. Whoa. They don't know I smoke.
HEB bags.
Yeah.
Actually, don't even.
That kind of wrapping paper. Yeah. Okay.
Some newspaper.
Yeah, like actual paper for a gift.
yeah.
Okay, I got you. I thought we were talking about something else.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to talk about it. Well, there's nothing to talk about. I occasionally enjoy smoking marijuana. I'm taking a little break right now, though.
Oh, I got you outside, but never mind. All right.
I mean,
No.
I could be tempted.
And that's been Tall Can.
And Infamous Wrestling, Friday, September 16th, $15 in Austin, Texas.
Let me check and make sure that's in my calendar. I'm serious, dude. Like, cause like they'll hit me with the dates and they'll be like, "Yo, September 15th, you open?"
Wait, that's today?
Like, yeah, bet for sure.
So yeah,
Hold on, he's checking his calendar.
Okay, hold on. That's some whole.
No,
other
see,
thing.
when I did it was rude.
Well, I'm checking to make sure. Let me look at my calendar and tell you if I've got anything else coming up. I do have Sabotage. Or not Sabotage, no.
I was like, what?
I got Infamous.
Okay.
They were supposed to run another show, and then they didn't. Shout out Jeff Serta. Get him on the show. Jeffrey.
I don't know, he's a 49ers fan.
He is. And he also said he was going to book me, and then he never ran another show after he said that.
I have Sabotage posters right there.
I reffed for him one time when he didn't have a ref. I was wearing jeans. I was like, bro, this is unprofessional as shit, but I will do this for you because I love you.
He's a good guy.
September 15th?
No, 16th.
16th.
Friday.
It is in my calendar. I do have it written down.
You're wrestling Prince Adam.
I'm wrestling Prince Adam.
I'm wrestling Prince Adam. I'm wrestling Prince Adam and Infamous Pro. Come out, support the product, support the official show.
No, yeah, like for sure. Prince Adam, shout out Prince Adam. I'm gonna beat your ass. You're bald-headed bitch.
We almost had him on.
Yeah, well, show that clip when you bring him on again and see how he reacts. But nah, respect Prince Adam. You good? You need to. You need to. Respect though. You need to get some lifts in your boots so you look taller. But it's Short King summer though. But now
I've never heard that one.
It's fall though now, baby.
Turn, bro.
No, my turn's already ending.
It's tall guy fall now, baby.
God damn it.
It's lanky boy fall.
Climb a tree, baby.
It's lanky
Short
boy
King
fall.
summer?
That's right. I'm swinging from vine to vine like Tarzan, baby.
I'm 6 feet, baby. And I'm
You're
proud of
5'11" and a half.
6 feet.
Round it up.
Yes.
Round it up.
Thank you, Scott.
Round it up.
Woo!
And on that note, this was another episode of Tall Can Listening, baby.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you were going to do all that.
No, he goes every time.
Damn. I'm not going to do it with this. I still got
No, you're supposed to.
Keep smashing doors and banging whores. Tall Can Listening.